Hey everybody, and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft. And in today's episode, what I would like to do is talk to you a little bit about the Insomnia Gaming Festival once again. And also, I would like to go on a little bit of an expedition, a little bit of a quest, if you will. Because if you recall last episode, I conquered that ravine to get myself some supplies to move towards the enchanting table, the obsidian. So this time around, I would like to kind of complete the other half and get some leather and some reeds to kind of finish the whole thing up. I don't have any in here, but we'll find some, no doubt. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and dive into it straight away, and I'm going to go off this direction and see if there's anything over there, possibly on the other side of that desert. So we're looking for 46 leather and as many reeds as we can. Obviously I would like to grow some reeds, but at the same time it might be nice to kind of save myself some of the painstaking process of growing them just to make the initial bookshelves right off of the bat. And as far as enchanting goes, now that I know that it's changed, I'm not even sure if you need bookshelves anymore, to be honest. But I assume you do. I assume that the sort of core process to it hasn't changed, rather the mechanics and the way that you enchant has changed. But we'll see. All in due course will we find that out. So, oh hey, a desert well over there. So, Insomnia. To kind of explain, the Insomnia Gaming Festival, I53, I went to, as I'm recording this, yesterday, on Sunday the 23rd, but you'll be seeing this the following Saturday, because I have a video for Wednesday, for NPM, so it's been a little while. However, I'm recording it the day after, before I just totally forget everything. So the Insomnia Gaming Festival was, as it always is, awesome. I enjoyed it such a lot, as I always do. This was kind of a smaller, low-key event compared to the summer one, which I talked about a while ago in my LP series here. And it was still enjoyable, though. Despite being smaller, it was still very much enjoyable. I had a lot of fun going. There was a lot going on, as there always is. And I think it being smaller gave some other things an opportunity to really shine. So, for example, there was a bigger emphasis on indie games and stuff that perhaps wasn't all Minecraft as it has been in the past, which was pretty cool. Furthermore, there was obviously some Minecraft stuff, and I think what I would like to do, now that we've kind of summarized, is, first and foremost, the Insomnia Gaming Festival is a convention. It's similar in some ways to Minecon. It is very Minecraft themed. However, it is a general gaming festival as well. There are tournaments going on for other games. There are sort of other aspects to it. It's not like Minecon is, where it revolves around Minecraft, but there's a big Minecraft part to it. And there's special guests and panels and things like that. But I don't want to sort of make it out to be Minecon just in the UK. It's very different, but at the same time, it is kind of similar. So, I had a lot of fun, as I say. It was very enjoyable. And I'm going to kind of run through my day, really, as the best way forward. And I'll talk about what I did and what I saw. So I got there on time. That makes a change. Normally, I'm always around an hour late for whatever reason. Something just transpires against us when we try and go. But this time, we were nicely on time, which always helps. And in addition to that, as a result of being on time, checking and everything was smooth, everything went in our favor. I had a quick drink before I went and did anything, which I kind of needed. The food and drink was quality all day, I have to say. As it always is. I think that's one thing that they pride themselves on, and why they chose that venue, is because the food and drink quality is quite high. So I had that, and then I went ahead and I, shortly after that, decided to check out the opening ceremony. So the opening ceremony is kind of a typical opening ceremony style to sort of open an event, really. It was kind of an introduction to what was going on during the day, and also giving away tons of free stuff, which was awesome for those people. I was sat near the back, so I didn't get anything. I wasn't, you know, too upset or disappointed. It was just little sort of souvenirs, I guess. Things like t-shirts were probably the best thing. Getting a lot of reeds here, not really any leather. So the opening ceremony was useful. There was a lot of funny moments in there. The guys made it very comedic in the introduction, and I'm actually told that the people who introduced it, and I'd have to look this up to be sure, but I was told that these people had actually starred in a British soap before, so that's pretty cool. To give you an idea what a British soap is, it's kind of like, it's a TV program, usually runs for around half an hour in the early evening, and it sort of tells a story about different people's lives on a street, for example, or in a town, that kind of thing. But I wasn't sure. I mean, I don't watch that particular soap, so I don't know. So the opening ceremony was awesome, I have to say. After that, I kind of took a look around, just to get a gauge of where everything was. Then I think I had a little bit of a snack. Again, I mean, that's just, it is what it is. I had a snack. Yay. I also, after that, walked around the convention. So this was probably the most famous or most major bit, I guess, for me at least, to the whole thing, was the convention. And it wasn't as big as the summer one, but there was still a lot going on. The first thing I saw was sort of the places that were dedicated for people to play Minecraft survival games. The Nox Crew game show was going on. Obviously the Nox Crew guys weren't there. I think they did their game show on either Friday or Saturday, but there were still people maintaining it for people who wanted to have a go, albeit it wasn't in the official live one. I didn't take part in these. Ooh, a temple. Nice. I'm not overly keen, personally, on sort of sitting down on computers and playing, because I'm just not very good at it. Under pressure and whatnot. I was challenged to a parkour by one of the staff members at the festival, and I was just like, no, because for those of you who don't know, I'm terrible at parkour, and Mondo will vouch for this. I'm terrible at parkour. It's just embarrassingly bad, but then again, I've never really decided to practice it significantly, so I guess that's not something to be all that sad about. But it was still a lot of fun seeing other people play, and a lot of people having fun with that. There was some tabletop gaming going on, sort of board games and so on, which was nice to look at. Again, I don't really totally understand how all of this stuff works and operates. You know what? While I'm here, I should grab some cactus, because I don't have any. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab some while I'm here. So, that was pretty neat, seeing all of that go on. I had a lot of fun watching that. Ow. I'll probably grab a little bit more cactus here. So, there was also the Razer gaming bus. I've never been on the Razer gaming bus, so I don't know exactly what goes on in there, but that was there again, which was pretty awesome. There was a lot of booths kind of selling computer equipment like gaming keyboards, gaming mice, monitors, obviously gaming computers as well, and they were kind of interesting to look at. I'm not really interested in buying anything at the moment. It did kind of occur to me that I might go out over the Christmas period and get myself a gaming keyboard and mouse. They look kind of awesome. And I've always thought about getting one in the past, but I've never been motivated enough to do so, because I've never seen a super huge reason as to why I would want to do that. But maybe this time it might be kind of nice, just as a treat. You know, it doesn't always have to be a reason why you get something. So we might try and do that over the Christmas period, maybe. I always get jumped in these. So, I saw some of the stuff that was going on and being sold. There was also, you know, the kind of standard stuff that there is always there. I'll take care of this here first. Gold. That's nice. Ooh, 2 more diamonds. Some bones. A little bit of iron. Some more gold. More bones. Not the best loot haul ever, but it's better than nothing. Kind of was hoping for maybe some more diamonds or an enchanted book, but hey ho, that's just the way things go. A lot of gold, I'm happy about that. So, where was I? And then I could use the sandstone. So, there was the usual type of stuff that was going on. Sort of the merchandise sort of aspect of stuff, selling t-shirts and whatnot. And that was cool. Just to see what was being sold. Upstairs was the tournaments. So, I didn't get to go and look at those, because you have to have a special type of ticket. You need to be, I believe it's a BYOC ticket holder, which stands for Bring Your Own Computer, or you need to be a weekend visitor, and I was not that, so I couldn't access those. I was able to kind of look through the door, though, and man, at some people, you know, they have some serious equipment going on. It's really, really cool to look at, and these tournaments get ultra competitive, as you would imagine. You know, it's like if you play any sort of sports, and when you play another team in your sports, or you play someone else in tennis, for example, it's very, very similar to that. It does get really competitive, and I can understand why, because, you know, I mean, there's a lot riding on it in some cases. Some of the tournament finals that were going on the main stage were actually, you know, there was money involved, and serious money at that. There was £900 going in the summer one. I remember seeing somebody with a big check that they had just won from completing one of those. So there's some serious money to be won. So obviously people are going to take that seriously, and I certainly do not blame them for that. So that's all I can say about the convention. I mean, I kind of just floated around everything. I didn't really interact hugely with anything, but while I was in the expo hall, I actually went and sat at one of the panels. This is what I wanted to see, was a showcase. And speaking of a showcase, that also reminded me of something from the exhibition, which we'll talk about. So I went and saw an indie game showcase from a company called Rising Star Games. So Rising Star Games are a small independent, oh that's nice, they're a small independent games company, and they're fronting a game made by an Austrian developer, and I believe it is called Rats Instagib. So Rats Instagib is a game, oh hello, another mineshaft here to check out. Rats Instagib is a game very similar to, if you played any Hypixel before, I'm sure you would have played Quakecraft. It is very similar to that, very similar to the original Quake games, sort of one-hit kill type style. It's similar to Counter-Strike, but obviously in Counter-Strike it's not one-hit kill, and it looked awesome. It's still very early alpha, of course, so there's not a whole lot to it yet, but there is some game modes for it going. You can play teams, you can play solo, and basically you play as a rat in human environments with everything at human scale. So you might be in a living room, for example, everything's human scale, and it's like when the humans aren't around, the rats come out to play, and you have these little competitions. It was really a lot of fun to watch. For the showcase, what they actually did, and I really liked this, was that they played a match with people that they'd already pre-picked, so they'd had some time to get good at it, and that for me was a really good way of going on, rather than just taking the approach of just pulling people out from the audience, and because it's one of them games that you need to get pretty skilled at, really, to showcase what the game could truly do. So I looked at that, and I have to say, I would probably consider buying that and playing it with other people, because even though it's very, very early alpha, and it's still hard to tell yet, for me, I think it has a lot of promise. Hey, another village up ahead. Maybe we'll get something from that. Looks pretty big, too. So, I was heavily, heavily impressed with that. I also saw another game in the exhibition that they mentioned at the opening ceremony, which was called, let me see here, Block and Load. Now, Block and Load is a game sort of Minecraft meets, I'm not really sure what. They did say, but I forget now. Hey, and another temple too. Nice. This was worth it coming out here. So, first and foremost then, it was sort of a Minecraft, I don't know. It's hard to explain. you kind of take the sandbox building aspect of Minecraft and you use that and you create a fortress. And your objective is to sustain your fortress while destroying your enemy's fortress. So it's kind of one of those type of games, and it looked a lot of fun as well. I didn't get to see too much of that. I didn't see really any gameplay or anything going on. You could sit down and try it, but it was very, very busy, so I didn't exactly get a huge opportunity to do that. But still, nonetheless, it looked pretty damn awesome, and I think that is something that I will definitely keep an eye out for. Hey, a swamp. That will be handy. I wanted to see these librarians here. Oh, hello. See what enchanted books they've got. Power 2. Not bad. I might harvest the books out of these village houses too, seeing as I'm not going to be coming back here. Projectile protection. Looting. Looting isn't bad. That's a pretty good book. I think there'll be a 4th librarian somewhere that we'll have to try and keep an eye out for. Maybe it's him here. No, he's projectile protection. What about the cleric? I wonder if he's doing rotten flesh. Yeah, and gold. For an emerald. String, coal. Not bad. So, I believe the first game, Rats Instajib, is coming to Steam soon. I'm not sure about Block and Load. I know it's in beta. And I'm going to put all the website information down below if you're interested. But I would strongly recommend just checking it out, giving it 5 minutes, taking a look at some videos, because there's some awesome stuff going on by some small developers, similar to the way Mojang began, really, with Notch, you know, independent people and stuff like that. And it's really cool to see what people have got going on, and it makes me excited for the future. There's a lot of development going on, and it was great to see people working together and supporting each other. Is there just one library, or is there 2? I was thinking there was 2, but this is a butcher's here, right? No, that's just a normal house. That's a normal house, that's a church. Looks like there was only one library in this, huh? But that's 21 books more than what I had, so I'm not complaining at that, not at all. So, I guess to kind of conclude, that's pretty much all I can talk about with regards to... Ooh, birch forest as well. Huh, I might want to pick up some birch saplings. That's all I can really talk about in relation to the Insomnia Gaming Festival, because there was not too much there. But as I say, the community feel was awesome again. I guess one thing to add is, before I saw the indie game showcase, more gold stuff. Ooh, emeralds. That's cool. Before I saw that, I caught the end of another panel, a Minecraft Q&A with some people that I don't really know, I'm not particularly familiar with. The only one that I have heard of and have seen before at a convention like this was Gizzy Gazza. And these people don't really have a type of content familiar to myself. It doesn't really appeal to me. But I do have to say, at the same time, I was able to chat with them after their panel while they waited for a bit, before the next one got going. And they were signing things for kids and so on. And obviously I had more of an adult-to-adult type conversation. And it's really nice to see some people that are down to earth and really, they want to engage with people wherever they can, and they've surprised me a little bit, honestly, and that's obviously a good thing. I was very, very impressed with that. More cows, we definitely need more of those. So all in all, the convention was great. I can't speak about too much more. Unfortunately, I don't have anything sort of physical, pictures and that to show, or any recorded footage or anything, but I had an incredible time, as I always do, and I'm looking forward to going to I54, which actually I got an email about today for tickets, and I've gone ahead and bought those. And I'm looking forward to going to that next Easter, Easter Sunday. I will be heading once again to Insomnia. So hopefully, if you decide to come along, it's great fun. It's in Coventry in the United Kingdom, so it's pretty much, it's accessible really for anybody, I would say, to get to. Certainly in the UK, obviously America's a bit of a push, but in the UK it's accessible. There's probably going to be a lot more special guests again, and it's going to be a lot of awesome. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope that you've enjoyed my conversation here about it. So how we're doing here, we have 10 leather. That would give me 31 books as it stands. So I still do not have quite enough leather yet to do that. So I need what, another 15 leather? Yeah, I need 15 more leather. That's what I need. So I'm going to keep that on the bar for now. So we need to get to 25 leather if we can. And reeds, we're probably still short on as well, but I can grow those, it's not so bad. And I'm probably going to pick up some birch saplings while I'm here, because I don't know the nearest birch forest. So I'll do that off camera, of course, before I head back, but I want to get all the enchantment supplies if I can. So, on a slight side note, while I'm running around killing cows here, today, Monday the 24th, we got the full release of Minecraft 1.8.1. There was pre-release 5. I'm not sure if I played and done any videos on pre-release 5, but they released 1.8.1 officially after pre-release 5. So we've got a ton of bug fixes. Things seem a lot better now than in 1.8, which is great. Gotta love them bug fixes, really important. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully now things have stabilized out enough that they can turn their attentions to 1.9 and not have to keep patching 1.8, but we'll see. We might have some realms updates, that kind of thing, further down the road, but we'll see. So we're now at 20 leather, so we're very, very close to having the appropriate amount of leather. Obviously finding that village certainly sped things along quite nicely. Let me see, do we have any more? We do. Have a couple more cows. Oh, and some spruce trees, so I'll get some saplings from those while I'm here as well. I think, does that give us access to every tree? We have oak, savanna already, birch over there, some spruce. No, we're still missing the dark oak and jungle trees. So I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to find a dark oak forest. We may go on a journey for one of those at some point. Well, there's my leather, so all I need to do now is just get enough reeds together to do all the books. A stack of books would be 3 stacks of reeds, and we're almost at 2 stacks, so I think we probably have pretty close to enough. I don't have any wood on me, so I can't make a crafting table, but I'm going to be chopping down some trees at some point, so I'll probably be able to make a workbench then. And see, I need 46 books total in order to get everything that I want. Some sheep. Don't really need any sheep. So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut down some of these spruce trees, get some saplings going. I'm also going to cut down some of the birch trees, get some saplings for those. Then I'm going to make my way back to the house and sort of assess the situation a little bit, see if we can get ourselves an enchantment table going. But I'm not totally sure if that's going to be in this episode or not. We'll have to see, because I think we've been talking for quite a while now, actually, so this might be the end of the episode here. In fact, I think it probably will be, so I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys. A bit of a different one. Kind of felt it would be a good opportunity to do 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak, and get the reeds and leather going, and also talk about the great experience that I had at Insomnia. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about that, and I hope to see you in the next episode, when I think we'll finally, at long last, get an enchantment table going, which is just awesome for me. I'm really, really excited about seeing how enchantment goes and learning about that. So until next time, guys, see you later and have a good day.